It all started in the 4th grade when Mastar was just a little wee lad, about 9 years old. Now there was another student in the class named Johnny. Johnny had just come over from Japan and he didn't speak much English at all. He was pretty reserved and pretty much just kept to himself. He also had this strange rat tail hanging off the back of his head. Our art teacher wanted us to take construction paper and create a piece of art only using shapes that we would cut out of the construction paper. Now Johnny created a very interesting looking character using a bunch of shapes and triangles. I had never seen a character like this before and it really caught my eye. Who was this interesting looking figure who had these big muscles and spiky hair? I thought it was perplexing, but our teacher was furious. She picked up the piece of artwork and yelled at Johnny,
"This is not real artwork. I told you to stop making these strange characters."
After class, I ran up to Johnny and I told him, "Hey, that was so cool. Who was that guy? What was that character? He looked really awesome. Tell me more about it." With a serious look, Johnny turned towards me and he said, "Dragon Boru." He reached into his backpack and pulled out a variety of comics, stickers, and drawings of Goku and the other Z fighters, and I was completely enthralled by the sight of these characters. I wanted to know more about the Dragon Ball. With the little English that Johnny spoke, he told me about a store only 20 minutes away that had a variety of Dragon Ball merchandise, stickers, movies, and posters that I could go purchase after school. I begged my mom to go take me, and sure enough she did, and as I entered that place I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a wonderland of anime, an entire world that I had never experienced. I didn't know where to start, so I just went over to the Dragon Ball section and I picked out one random VHS. Literally the best possible choice, movie 8, Broly. As soon as I got home, I ran over to the VHS and popped that tape in. With wide eyes, I absorbed and took in all of it. A language I didn't understand, with characters' muscles so big that their muscles had muscles. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It was the coolest thing I'd ever seen, and I wanted to become a Super Saiyan. After seeing all of these characters transform and their hair turn golden, I stood up and yelled in front of my TV and tried to turn into a Super Saiyan myself. I ended up getting my brother to watch it and he loved it as well, and we spent the next year and a half scraping together any money we could find so that we could go back to that store and buy more tapes of Dragon Ball. They were random pieces of the entire series and it made no sense to me whatsoever who was who or what exactly was going on. All I knew was that this show was amazing and I had to see more. Around that exact time, Dragon Ball Z first aired on Cartoon Network. And going into middle school, I met a group of friends who all loved Dragon Ball Z as well. Manuel was Piccolo, Sean was Vegeta, I was Goku, Mike was Gohan, Whitney wanted to be Videl because she had a crush on Mike, and Derek also wanted to be Vegeta, but he was kind of the outcast of the group, so nobody really cared. We became a great group of friends who always talked about and discussed Dragon Ball nonstop. We were absolutely in love with Dragon Ball, and it was all that we really cared about. I was obsessed with drawing Dragon Ball and even created many of my own comics, most of which were during class. It was really hard for me to pay attention in class because all I was ever doing was drawing. I had the greatest time with my friends in middle school. We were known as the Dragon Ball crew, and we absolutely loved each other and loved Dragon Ball. It was one of the best moments of my life. Unfortunately, after middle school, I went to a different high school than the rest of the crew, and now I was left all alone. After my first day of high school, as I was leaving the classroom, I noticed a kid getting bullied. There were 3 jocks who pushed up a kid against the wall. They were making fun of him because he was extremely nerdy looking and he was reading throughout the entire class. He looked scared for his life and didn't know how to defend himself, so at that point I was left with a conundrum. I could have joined the jocks and tried to make a group of friends who were probably the cool kids by jumping in and making fun of this nerdy kid as well, but for whatever reason I decided, no, I'm gonna stand up for this guy. I don't know who he is. Defending him could get me beat up as well, but I'm gonna defend him, and sure enough, I did. His name was Richard, and he also had a twin brother named Stuart. They both loved Dragon Ball Z, but they only ever watched it on Cartoon Network and couldn't ever get used to the Japanese tapes that I would try and show them. However, we did share that bond of Dragon Ball, and we started collecting Dragon Ball Z playing cards, and we would have weekly sessions where we would get together and battle it out with our favorite characters. Befriending these two basically made me an outcast as well. I got picked on too, but that was okay. I didn't care about high school or the semantics of it. All I cared about was Dragon Ball, and all I did was keep drawing during class. Perhaps the most embarrassing moment of my entire life was when one of my teachers actually called me out for my drawing in front of the entire class and said, "Can you please stop drawing naked men all day?" In my senior year of high school, I decided to play football because I didn't want to go the rest of my life wondering what would have been like, but that did not stop the ridicule. All of the football players picked on me for liking Dragon Ball. When I went to college, I joined an anime club, and I got introduced to a whole variety of new anime, particularly Naruto, which I got quickly addicted to because of its similarities with Dragon Ball. However, after college was over, I got a full-time job and spent the next 10 years of my life at a soul-sucking corporate operation where I absolutely hated myself and felt my dreams of drawing and creating anime slowly fading away. However, all of a sudden in 2012, there was a huge announcement. Dragon Ball would make a new movie and Goku would get a brand new form. I was so excited that I had to run and tell my brother the news. I couldn't believe that Goku was getting a new form and they were revitalizing Dragon Ball. My childhood dream is finally coming back to the big screen. I went on YouTube to look up some more information on the movie and I started seeing a trend. There was all these Dragon Ball YouTubers and channels talking about Dragon Ball all over the internet. I didn't even know that that was really a thing. And I sat there kind of thinking to myself, I can do that. Over the next few years, I learned to start animating and I started a YouTube channel. Now, today, I am one of the biggest Dragon Ball fan channels in the entire world. I was able to turn my childhood dream into a reality through a lot of hard work and dedication. But I'll get into that when I do my Draw My Life at 1 million subscribers. For that, I really want to show you guys how I was able to turn a career, which I absolutely despised and hated, into a career about something that I love. And so for that, guys, make sure you're subscribed because we'll be hitting 1 million before you know it.